Where did it all go wrong? Well, probably years ago. Or not. These recent years on YouTube have been unique, to say the least. And I mean that in the most negative way possible. It has gone from a site that started as basically nothing, where becoming a YouTuber meant that you owned the world and were basically on top, to just being someone who can get harassed so easily and just cause them to fall. Granted, there have been a lot of YouTubers who shouldn't have really joined because they would have, pissed the community off. But there were a lot of great ones too. There were a lot of great YouTubers out there who joined and wanted to make a difference, stand out, do something that was worthwhile. But then it changed. Now we have people who are making Minecraft speedrun content and are just getting upset over shit and then making up some sort of stupid dream sexual fake sexuality, and then you have some person who's practically a magnet for hate and gets doxxed regularly. This doesn't no this is not YouTube. This is not how YouTube is supposed to be remembered. YouTube is a place where you shouldn't have to get upset about someone's opinions. YouTube is a place where you make content, not get upset and become a baby, damn it. It's a place. No. It's a haven for people who want to go out there, make a change, be famous, for God's sake. YouTube is a site where you can make your dreams come true. And yet, each day, each and every single day, it's just getting worse. It's just plummeting. YouTube has gone from a place just starting out friendly, going, hey, I'm your average neighbor, to practically a 40-year-old smoker who's just like, what's up, kid? You want to make some content? That's no. Where? Why? Where did it go wrong? It started back in 2020, probably. It probably even started before that, but 2020 was the time when it started really kicking up the dust. When YouTubers started to decrease in quality, sort of, and content just became all about, my opinion matters more than you. And then we have sites like Twitter. They exist solely to do just that, to discriminate and to invalidate. No. This is not Twitter. This is YouTube. But others clearly don't understand that. And each time I look back on YouTube looking at content, I think, this is some nice stuff. This guy could turn out good. And then I just lose interest in them. And by the time I come back, they're already a hate show. They're already done. There have been a few channels that I used to watch that I abandoned that when I came back to, I find out that they've plummeted. Popular MMOs was one of them. The two people who were running the channel broke up, and apparently it just fell down. Another one of them would be like Super Mario Logan, and he's just, yeah. There are a lot of channels that I've watched and have pretty much abandoned. Sometimes I'll watch a few of them here and there, and they would be just fine, but then there are those specific ones that I come back to, and I just see the utter chaos, the utter garbage, the savagery, the absolute inhumanity in all of it. And it just really makes you wonder. It really makes you want to sit down and just wonder why. Why, of all things, was it this? Why did I have to come back to this? And the answer is you don't really know. You come back to something because you want to enjoy it again, relive the past, but then by the time you reach it, it's just gone. It's been reduced. Either something changed so badly that you barely recognize it, or something is just completely gone because hate exists, because opinions don't matter anymore, because being famous is just a bunch of backlash. It's just someone being themselves is a reason to destroy them, to just turn them down, like you're turning yourselves down. I've talked about them before, the PNG tubers, you know the ones. Jellybean, Red Velvety, Frost Fox, you know the drill. And they've just become a powerhouse of hate because people chose not to click off the videos. I've mentioned that before, but it's gotten to the point where certain things happen certain ways, and then you feel bad. But then there's those people who still don't feel bad, and then there's those people who like they deserve it. They deserve the hate. They deserve all that. And you just look at them, that person, and you think, why? You even want to say, why? Why does it matter so much to you? Why does their pain make you feel good? You are harassing one of your kin. You're harassing another person who's being themselves. It doesn't matter if there's some cringy child magnet. It doesn't matter if they make cringe content. It doesn't even fucking matter that they're being themselves. And yet the fact that you just sit there and you just complain about it, it just makes me wonder why. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. People are sitting around, not accepting opinions, being whatever gender they think they can because they apparently love someone else so much that their content is just their whole life now. And it just makes you think. It just makes you want to yell at a person. It just makes you want them to feel the same pain. And that's exactly how toxicity works. It gets to a point where someone just becomes annoying and some sort of a fly to you, where you smack them and you beat them around and think it's fun, and then someone comes along and says, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this because you're doing this to this person. And that's exactly how hate spreads. Because then there's two opposing sides. One starts harassing a person, another comes along and then does shit, and then there's just an all-out war. That's how toxicity works. There's a person, and then it's just done. It's a done deal. It's a sealed deal. Because once one thing is said, once one thing is done, then it's pretty much all over. It's like it never even started. And yet, it did. It did, and you cannot deny it. It's still happening too. There's a lot of hate that's still going around to this day, and there's a lot of controversy, and it's just because someone had to say something, and then someone else felt the same thing. And then there were these other two people who just were like, hey, you should enjoy this person, or maybe, hey, you should be a little more fair. And then it just becomes a war. And in the middle are the people who actually have common sense and know, this side is right, but this side is also wrong. And then there's this one that's just, It's just a matter of human quality. It's a matter of human quality that really makes you wonder what's wrong with humanity. What did it come to? What happened to make all of this just shrivel down into this? And it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. If you have something against someone because of the way they make their content or how they act or just their personality in general, then don't bother, because it's already done. You've already beaten the horse dead. YouTube has already become a place of hate, and the fact that you think of contributing to this is just madness. Utter madness. And I just don't know what to do. And it's all fallen apart. It's gone to that point where this is starting to bother me, and other things are starting to roam in on me. It's like a cattle ride. You're reeling in the bull, and then it just goes down the drain. A lot of companies exist, and look at them. They're obsessed with their characters. They don't care about their characters. They don't. It just doesn't make sense, okay? The world doesn't make sense anymore. This is 2022. This has been the 2020s since like 2 years ago, and already it's just gone to hell. Maybe perhaps it will make you even wonder if COVID was really an accident at all. What if it were a purpose? What if this was simply all happening because this was doomed to happen from the start? What if certain things happen because someone is trying to prevent something that is inevitable? And you know, if you really think back to that Avengers Endgame movie, you might even start to think that Thanos was right. That's just my opinion, honestly. Not like anyone cares anymore, but I just felt like getting it out. I had it on my mind, and I just wanted to get it out, because even if it doesn't matter anymore, I just hope that if there are still people out there who have common sense, I want them to know that we can try. We can make an effort to change all of this if we just upload and get the attention of the people. Get them to understand. Get them to understand that doxing isn't right, that all of this that we're doing isn't gonna lead us to good things. Being an ass isn't gonna do good for us. It only hurts. It hurts people. It hurts content creators or YouTubers, and it hurts themselves. And that's the problem. That's the problem, and we need to face it. We need to face the problem and answer to the truth, and take a realization that this is all happening. This is all real, and what we're doing is actually damaging stuff. We need to make a stand. It's now or never. I just want you to know that if this video doesn't do well, if no one listens, then at least I tried. But I hope that you will do the same thing if you're listening, and you will try to make an effort. Make an effort to change. Make an effort to fix things. And it doesn't matter that it works or not. It doesn't matter if people are upset. All that matters is that you tried. And you shouldn't have to care about what someone else says, because that's your opinion. not theirs. If they have a problem with you, then that's their problem. That's their problem, and that's their problem alone, not yours. Thank you.